Let me be a professional here for a minute and turn stuff off. So don't
Well,
forget.
that would be helpful.
Thank you for your sub. Here, I'll replay your alert. We'll see if it works. You can take a cookie.
Cookies for all.
It is definitely a cookie day. Yeah, Twitch is kind of pushy about, like, hey, don't forget, do you want to share this? And you're like, just go away. I'll do what I want.
It's annoying.
It is kind of annoying.
If I don't want to tell people, I shouldn't have to, but
Yeah, like, get out of here. Well, I feel
in
like
a
if
way.
you say, remind me later or dismiss,
Oh, yeah, thanks for following me in the first place.
get all the follows.
We like to share them all around.
We do. Sharing is caring. Usually, not always. I think
I
you're
was
even.
gonna argue with that, but you did come first.
Yeah, I did. Just by a little bit.
Fine. Fine, I can be your peoples.
Just this time, though. Next time, I'll be your people.
Next week.
I feel like, though, so I'm the oldest, but I feel like responsibility wise, you're definitely got me beat on that.
Yeah.
Just because you're way
Yeah.
more logical than I am, and I'm way more emotionally driven. So you like think things out, and I'm like, I ran my mouth, and now I have to do this thing.
Yes, you like to make people call your bluff a lot.
Yeah. I like to know where people's boundaries are.
And sometimes I get pulled into that because you're like, oh yeah, I promised we'd do this thing, so come on.
And you're like, but no, I don't want to do those things. And I'm like, well, that's too bad. I have to have support.
I was forced to be an adult. Only one of us could be a child forever.
It's true.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for taking that hit. I don't know that you're the oldest of the group, honestly.
Maybe mentality?
Yeah.
You can have the eldest in mentality.
Yeah. You can be the oldest acting. I'll be the youngest acting. I'm fine with that. We were talking about how being old is completely subjective, though.
It's just a number.
Yeah. Like, if you want to act like you're 87, that's fine. I don't want to do that.
I do. Because when you're 87, you can do whatever the hell you want, because what are people going to say to you?
Nothing. I feel like you get to a certain age where it's acceptable for you to be whatever you want to be, and nobody says shit because you deserve it.
That's what I'm saying. I want to do that now.
Oh, I'm gonna be the meanest grandma. Like, I'll be the nicest grandma, but I'll be the meanest grandma. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I may grow old, but I refuse to grow up. No, I don't think I'm gonna be a normal grandma.
Normal grandmas are bipolar.
Some
Our
grandmas can
grandma,
be.
we had one grandma that was mean and one grandma that was nice. They were bipolar of each other.
Yeah. Facts. Did you know that a camel's milk does not curdle?
That's disturbing. No camel cheese, apparently.
So could you just leave camel's milk on the counter forever?
It didn't say it doesn't mold. It just says it doesn't curdle.
Okay, but if
You could
you...
add it to alcohol.
Gross. A
Well, that's
camel
why you
mudslide?
well, that's why you shouldn't add milk to alcohol.
Um, like, I want to say that I couldn't test this for science, but I feel like we probably could test this for science.
I mean, we could.
Like,
There's
do
a
I?
camel
Yeah.
out by our grandpa's house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Not
feel
that we would go milk it, but I'm sure we could go up to the dude and be like, "Hey, you got some milk?"
like, do I have a connection to obtain camel milk? Yes. Words I thought I would never say on a Tuesday.
No? I mean, we've had a lot of really weird conversations on here.
Touche.
Camel milk
Touche.
seems like the most normal.
I'll make a note. Obtain camel milk for science. You imagine? That would be the weirdest conversation. Knock on his door. Hey, would you sell me some camel milk? Also, would... Okay, so cow's milk has to be regulated, right? You don't know if he has female camels? I'm not even gonna touch that at all. We're just gonna keep moving on from that.
Technically, that doesn't curdle either.
Gross. You're grounded. What is this? What is happening today? You giving Trigger a free shout out? That was very nice of you. I didn't start it. Kira started it.
I like it.
Now I'm questioning my life decisions.
You're the one that brought up camel milk.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it says it came from you.
But it didn't. I didn't redeem this fact. This was cursed knowledge that I didn't need to have today.
Nope, it says you said it. Can unsee.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
The worst part is that we're going from that conversation to talking about cannibalism.
We are talking about cannibalism. These could be cannibal cookies. You don't even know.
My brain just went to they were made with love.
Gross.
You're welcome.
Today's conversations are getting spicy. Do you think you could be a cannibal?
Me? No.
Do you think you could do it for survival purposes? If you had to?
Maybe. But probably no.
Also,
I don't really like to butcher things, and I feel like you'd have to. Like, you couldn't just take a body to the butcher and be like, clean this up for me.
I feel like I could do okay with the processing part. You would eat the pilots? I don't know. I would eat somebody that was probably not useful. Also, I feel like you would have to pick somebody that was somewhat not fit, but you wouldn't want fat either, you know? You could, depending on how well you knew them. So you're saying you would have to not know them well to eat them? They were
It would have to
dead.
be someone that died on their own.
You,
Like, I don't think I could kill someone to eat them.
I feel like it would depend for me. Like, if I knew them well and I didn't like them, can maybe do that.
I gotta be honest, I don't think it would really matter how well I knew someone. Like, if I was starving to death, they died, th there is a possibility that, yes, I would eat them.
Yeah, if I distinctly disliked somebody, I don't think I'd have any moral quandaries.
But I'm just saying, I don't think I could kill the person to eat them.
I think I
I'm not a
could.
murderer.
I think I could be. I'm not a murderer either, but I think I could be a murderer. I don't want to put myself in a box and say that I wouldn't be a murderer, because I feel like some situations just did. I could see it. Like, I'm trying to think who I would be stuck with. Like, my old boss, I would totally murder her. I would run her over if I saw her in the street on accident,
Old
allegedly.
high school bullies.
Yeah, like, I feel like there's some people I wouldn't have any issues with it.
Oh no, you broke your leg and we're stuck on a mountain.
That's unfortunate. It's kind of the same thing like with the zombie apocalypse. I would totally trip somebody if I had to.
Oh, agreed. Depending upon who the person
Yeah,
was, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So I don't feel like I could say I'm not a murderer in
But you're
certain
not killing them.
circumstances. I
You're
mean, by
just making it
proxy, I
more
am.
highly probable that they will die.
I suppose.
Have you watched the new anime Zom 100?
I have not.
Oh, I was gonna say, what I learned from that is we just need to go raid an aquarium and we'll be fine.
Okay. Send me
You
the
can.
send me the cliff notes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some people you
They,
have
they
to keep
make
around just for certain situations. Requirement.
they make a certain type of diving suit that sharks can't bite through.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the dude's like, let's just go steal one of those from an aquarium that has sharks, and then I can be a superhero because the zombies can't eat me.
I think that's fair.
See, I'm learning research. This is what I'm gonna bring to the team when the apocalypse comes.
I'm really excited. Okay, preface. We've had this conversation, you and I, before. You have to find, yeah, someone used shark mail in zombie anime.
Yeah, and it was amazing. I would highly recommend this anime. It's hilarious.
So you and I have had the conversation of you have to find a person that's got your back after you die. Like, I need somebody to come delete my internet search history. You and I have had this conversation. And after researching some of the things that I've researched, I feel like that just rings even more true.
I mean, other than maybe your daughter, I don't think you have much to worry about in your household.
That's fair.
I could wait like 3 weeks and no one
Yeah,
would still see it.
that's fair. And I feel like Katie knows what Katie's getting into. She texted me this morning at 6:45 and asked me to make her coffee.
I don't know if that counts as being a bad parent that,
I don't
you've
think
gotten your
so.
child addicted to coffee.
Um, yeah, I guess that would work, but that sounds like a lot of preemptive effort. That's not how I roll over here.
Plus, we're lazy, and one of these days we'd wipe our whole hard drive.
And then I'd be pissed.
So many games just gone.
All my videos. Yeah, I don't know
So are
that
we
that would
ready
work
to
well.
talk Wendigo?
Let's
Get
talk.
down to
Let's
business
get down to business.
to defeat some Wendigos.
Exactly. So this one is one of our Native American folklores, which I think a lot of them kind of have a lot of that context.
The good ones.
Yeah. So the word itself, Wendigo, basically translates to evil spirit. So there's kind of been some going back and forth, tribe to tribe, whether it's a monster or a demon. And I think it could go either way, both ways. But essentially, a monster that punishes people who break laws of nature. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah. It's based around people that like fall heavily into like the seven deadly sins
Mm-hmm.
or cannibalism.
So I guess cannibalism could be considered one of the seven deadly sins in a
The
roundabout way.
gluttony.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems to be the only one that's like really specific. Like everyone seems to agree that if you're a cannibal, you're gonna, get cursed by a Wendigo.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair. This is an up north one. So cold, winter all the time. And the
In
threat of
Canada,
starvation was a real deal.
Canada and Minnesota.
Yeah. And I feel like with the threat of starvation come like I think the probability of cannibalism's higher.
Yeah, because it's harder to hunt and not a lot of towns.
You I'm pretty convinced you probably break the system so you can take a break from work. I wouldn't put that above you.
It ensures job security.
Yeah. You get more calls when the system's down, that's fair. Cannibalism. Okay, so I think we've established that these have reasons. These myths and legends have reasons behind them. And I feel like versus the Bigfoot village situation, this is more of a I know life sucks and I know we don't have food in the winter, but don't eat your wife.
I don't. That's not really how I took it.
No?
I took it that this gave you kind of an okay. Like, it wasn't you eating your wife, it was the
Ooh.
Wendigo.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Therefore, making it so that people that are kind of forced to do this to survive could more reason it out in their head and sleep at night.
Maybe? Yeah, don't eat your wife.
It's okay, I don't have one.
Good.
I didn't eat her either, I just don't have one.
So essentially, this is going to be like the most basic. If you participate in cannibalism, you will be cursed by the Wendigo, who will then possess you to continue being a cannibal. Cryptid wouldn't marry you and be your wife? Disrespect. You think that sums it up?
Yeah, about the only difference is in one version, well, there's like two different versions of the story. In one version, you become the Wendigo and you're like stuck that way until you die.
Yeah,
In the other, you're possessed
by
and
a
being
demon.
punished. Yeah, and being punished because you committed a sin in excess. And therefore, at the end of the day, the demon leaves you,
Like
and you now have to live with the consequences.
the first like written mention of a Wendigo was in 1636. So again, not like Mothman, where we're talking in the 50s, 60s, 70s. But this missionary, like a Jesuit missionary, was living in Quebec, and he described a woman who warned him of a demon that had eaten tribal members, and that if he wasn't called to another place, he would continue to just massacre this tribe of people. Now have a dog in my lap.
It's good for you. Warmth.
It is cold today.
So, one of the theories is that Wendigos are to help explain the violence of outsiders, not necessarily the tribe people, because it all kind of came around the same time
And let's be real, white people ruin things.
constantly.
So, fair. I am petting him, but it's not enough for him.
Pets are never enough. He needs his 14th treat.
He just had one. People ruin stuff, I agree, but I feel like specifically in these situations, you've got white settlers coming in and changing everything and stealing land and just being,
Brutally murdering and
yeah, like they're
pillaging.
just assholes. Trigger's mad you don't want to be his wife. You guys are gonna have to go on talk show about it. So I think though, I don't know. Again, folklore has reasons. I mean, you both can be the wives. It's fine. It's 2023.
I mean, to each their own.
But I feel like the stories of the Wendigo are kind of more told around the campfire, I guess. Like, this isn't a bunch of sightings that happen on a regular basis, like with aliens or Bigfoot. Like, the Wendigo doesn't really work like that, I don't feel.
No, no one ever really sees the Wendigo. They just claim to be possessed by them.
Yeah, like Whispers in the Dark.
So the actual appearance of a Wendigo is up for debate because about the only thing people can agree on is that they look inebriated, like they haven't eaten for a while.
Oh, like emaciated.
Yeah. But that's about it.
You could have very possibly had a run in with one. Again, I feel like there's definitely some overlap between the Wendigo and the Skinwalker, but I didn't feel like it would do justice to put them together. Like, we'll have to have another Skinwalker discussion. Because the Skinwalker isn't focused on specifically cannibalism, where the Wendigo is.
Yes. Skinwalker is what becomes taboo when you take another human's face as your own, like not ripped off the face. Just
Well, and they believe that the Wendigo is more of a demon possession versus the Skinwalker is more like a witch's enchantment. So I think we have to talk about them separate. But after the 1600s discussion, like you don't like there's no Wendigo sightings. It's basically stories that are told about things. So like in the early 1900s there was a Cree chief and his name was Jack Fiddler and he claimed that he killed 14 Wendigos. Yeah, you should find and send me a video. Do that. So like he claimed that he killed Wendigos. And there's a lot of debate as to whether you killed 15. There's a lot of debate on if you can actually kill Wendigos, though. I'm getting good at this.
So, of the 14, weren't they like people that came to him claiming to be Wendigos and asking to be put down?
Yeah. Yeah. Some were sent by like enemy shamans. Others were people that he knew and they were incurable.
Like, he killed his own brother,
Mm-hmm.
Peter. They killed, I believe, an in law of his.
Yep. But then this comes back to where you felt like it may have been a way to talk about white people coming in.
Yeah.
And I feel like this kind of goes with that too, because you've got Jack, who is getting rid of all these Wendigos, basically an exorcist of Wendigos.
And all of his people, like in the tribe, are very happy with him, even
Yeah.
though he apparently killed 14 of them.
Mm-hmm. But you've got missionaries and trappers coming in. Like, this is when trading's starting to pick up. So you've got a lot of missionaries and trappers and whatever, and they're asking him to bring in Christianity, but he doesn't want to convert. People he's with don't want to convert.
And then all of a sudden, like, Canada law says that he's a murderer, so they're taking him to trial.
Yeah.
And all of his people stood up for him and his son, or no, his father, because both him and his father are arrested for murder.
Mm-hmm. And this dude's got multiple wives because polygamy was a thing. So, I mean, he's got, what, 5, 6 wives. And they say that he has to give up his wives because law doesn't allow it anymore. Because again, white people are the worst. So they have to await trial. And at this point, you've got news outlets picking up headlines of murder and devil worship and all of these things. Ooh, thank you. No, we're pretty sus over here sometimes.
So, yeah, his people are very upset because they felt like he should not be convicted because they did not know of this law and it was not against their laws.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing them a service, which a lot of his victims either came to him stating that they were Wendigos and they wished to be cleansed, taken care of. Others were extremely sick, so it's almost as if he was helping euthanize people and just claiming it as Wendigos. But uh what it is Jack the father?
Yeah. Okay. So Jack
Yeah.
is the father. He is in captivity. They go for a walkabout outside. He escapes and he hangs himself. So they end up taking his son Robert to trial instead on behalf of his dad. And at the trial, like the eyewitnesses are coming and they're saying, this is a belief among us, and they were basically doing us a favor. Like, we asked for this.
And you have to realize this is the first time that a lot of this tribe has seen white people before.
Yeah.
So their first encounter is their shaman being arrested.
So they end up convicting him. And then they do a bunch of appeals. They end up releasing him.
You have an ad.
Yeah. After his death.
Yeah, they release him 3 days after his death,
Yeah.
which is
Just
super
sad.
sad.
Come back. The cool thing about this story, though, because this is one of the first well documented Wendigo story. But I think the cool thing about this is the TV show Supernatural pulls this story into their show. And the way that they depict this is almost like word for word what happened in history, which I think is kind of cool that they stayed true and didn't. You know how a lot of media takes things and just goes way off? I don't feel like that happened in this situation.
No, they stay pretty true,
Hmm.
other than it's actually depicted of him killing Wendigos and not potentially killing people after they're no longer possessed.
Yeah. Supernatural is decent. That's a big commitment, though.
The
And I
next
think
big famous story, though, eh, that dude's horrific.
I'm
Swift Runner.
yeah. So this is a Cree Indian named Swift Runner, and he murdered and ate his entire family in the winter of 1879,
Including his children.
and he just claimed to be possessed by the Wendigo.
Which it doesn't even sound like his own tribe believed him.
But he was very popular in the community, and this was like a giant man. Dude was like 6 foot tall, built like a brick, and he lived his life as a trapper and a guide for the mounted police.
Until he got too old.
Hmm. But he was an alcoholic, and there's some rumor that maybe he lost his ability to function as a human because of his alcohol addiction.
But I mean, he was kicked out of the tribe because he was too violent. He was
Hmm.
kicked out of the police force because he was too violent, which is saying something.
Which again could all be tied to his drinking habits.
Which is what they claim. But because of that, he took his wife, 6 children, mother in law, and a brother into the forest
And they
to live
stayed
for
there.
months
Yeah.
until spring rolled around.
And then when spring rolled around, there was a Catholic mission, like relatively close, like not right on top of them, but I would say within a couple miles. And he walked in, the priests are like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Well, so turns out my entire family's dead. Been kind of a wild winter."
He claimed that they starved to death,
and that he wasn't able to find food.
but they found this very hard to believe because apparently he was very well fed, is how it's described when
And
he came across them.
I think there's something to be said about previous to this, he led expeditions, like hunting parties. So you can't tell me that he wasn't capable of hunting in winter.
And they said that the tribe that lived close by had way more than enough food for the winter. So it's very hard to believe that one man couldn't feed his family.
The priest also said that he would have constant nightmares where he would just wake up screaming. And then this dude had the audacity to try to lead a group of kids out into the woods later on.
Which is when they decided to call the cops on him. So the cops eventually convince him to take them to his campsite where he had lived. And there were bones everywhere. They were broken in half and hollowed out. Uh, you could apparently he like snapped the bones to suck out the marrow. There was blood everywhere. Like you could tell that he most likely killed them,
They
not
found
just waited for them to die.
found a pot of human fat. Like this dude processed these bodies.
But it was at this point that he claimed the Wendigo defense.
Hmm. I'm sure it's super nutritious. You just made your whole project up. That's the best way to do it, to be honest. But I feel like at this point, right? Like he's caught. I don't feel like he can necessarily say that he didn't do these things. So I think he's using the Wendigo as an excuse, obviously. It's kind of like when moms drown their kids and they're like, the devil told me to. Like, I think the same thing's happening here. So he does get convicted
Oh,
of murder.
yeah, agreed. Like,
The jury was not buying this at all. Like, they only deliberated for 20 minutes. That's sad. People are
apparently
kind
he
of
was
crazy.
the first person hung in Canada. Well, Alberta, Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, first man legally hanged.
Yes.
But before he died, he was converted to Catholicism,
And he
and
admitted his guilt.
he did. He did.
And apparently it was the prettiest hanging that was ever seen by
Which,
a man who has witnessed 29 of them.
right, this dude just goes from hanging to hanging, and he's like, I feel like theatrically, you probably could have put a little more effort into it. 6 out of 10.
Like,
Like
what
that.
kind of life do you have to live to be a critic for hangings?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's definitely people that follow that kind of stuff, like
Oh,
executions in
agreed.
general. So I get it, but I don't get it. And
So,
also, yeah, why are we critiquing it? I don't.
I don't
And
know.
what makes a hanging pretty? I have questions.
Good mathematics so that, it's split second and then he's gone instead of kicking.
I don't know.
So, apparently, most sightings of Wendigos are between the 1800s and the 1920s.
Yeah.
And then you get one from like 2019, but all it really is howls in the Canadian wilderness.
Yeah. And
I
it
mean, the hiker did say that They go on hikes often. They've heard many different animals in the wild, and none of them have sounded like this.
And again, it makes you wonder, is there a confusion between the Wendigo and the Skinwalker? I
I
don't
could go
know.
with that because I feel like the Wendigo, like I said, there weren't really a lot of sightings. It was more like after the fact,
Mhm.
people coming forward saying they were possessed.
Yep. Which then goes into a whole other aspect of the Wendigo, because there is this concept of the Wendigo psychosis. And this is like an actual recognized mental condition that people can have. A bullying trigger. So it's a rare condition, it's a controversial condition, but it's one of those things. This time.
You're all fancy with your
You
sunglasses
like
and
my
your
mustache?
crown and your mustache. It's okay. You're being brought down a peg.
Good, good.
You're growing too big.
Like an intermission. So you've got this psychosis.
Ah, I hate that.
You don't like Shadow Kiwi?
It just appeared in front of me.
It lacks you. Ah. But people that have this diagnosis experience hallucinations, delusions, that kind of stuff. And there is some debate as to whether the Wendigo psychosis is not just like schizophrenia. Because kind of the same thing, or even bipolar disorder.
Like it's in the same family.
Yeah. So, like, the symptoms of the Wendigo psychosis is psychological symptoms like intense craving for human flesh. That's present. Which I feel like you've got other disorders, like when you're pregnant and want to eat dirt. I think I could see it being that kind of way. You
Yeah,
have
and just some people give in to the impulse.
you have delusions of being possessed by a malevolent force, or hallucinations, agitation, restlessness, anxiety, paranoia, insomnia. Then you've also got this set of physical symptoms of rapid weight loss and hypersensitivity to light and sound. You can't regulate your body temperature. You have an increased heart rate and blood pressure, muscle weakness, fatigue. And then that leads into your behavioral symptoms of social withdrawal and isolation, aggressiveness, violent behavior, self harm, suicidal intention, loss of interest in hygiene and grooming, disorganized speech and behavior. But then
They
I,
do think that some of this comes from substance abuse as
mm-hmm,
well.
yep. And I think there's something to be said about environmental factor. Like you're living in isolated, harsh environments.
Hiya, Georgie.
That was creepy. Um, yeah, by living in isolated and harsh environments, it causes people to feel more like isolated
Mm-hmm.
and have more stress and anxiety.
Yeah. Or just trauma in general. Yeah, half the world is definitely Wendigos at this point.
If someone starts licking your arm, maybe be a little concerned. Just saying.
But I think, again, I don't think this story is just meant to scare people just for the hell of it. You might have Wendigo psychosis. No, not aroused. Like, I think there's some significance here.
That's a different disorder.
Yeah. Like, you've got these real life problems of selfishness and violence and cultural taboos that I think they're trying to prevent the best they can.
That was not just me tasting someone, I was paid to do that, all right? There's a difference.
It's basically work. Yeah, if people start sprinkling spices on you, you gotta be careful.
Or asking you to get into like, it's just a lukewarm hot tub that's gonna slowly ramp up in temperature.
It's fine.
It's fine. Let me put a lid on it.
He'll keep you warm. It depends. Is it your basement or is it a basement you've never been in before?
Did they offer you ice cream to go into this basement?
Ice cream wouldn't do it for me, but if they said there was like a bunch of puppies downstairs, I'd probably be in for that. Yeah, if the hot tub has food in it already, danger.
No, no, that's a bath bomb. It's fine. It's not a what are they like those cubes, the broth cubes?
Oh yeah, the bouillon.
It's not a bouillon, it's a bath
Bath
bomb.
bomb. Gross. Yeah, making essential oils. I'm never gonna view my hot tub the same.
You're welcome.
Is what a term for a kind of money?
Bouillon?
Oh yeah, like a bullion of gold. Thanks. Thanks. I need all the help I can get, trust me.
It's okay, my brain's working this morning.
Mine is not. Anyway, I think I think these stories represent response to violence in general. There is some what is that word? Anthropologists believe that the Wendigo was not developed until after the native people had contacts with the Europeans.
But I'm also curious, is that just we didn't hear about it because we didn't have access to them?
I think that's always a possibility.
Because the point that they had a term Wendigo
Mm-hmm.
kind of makes you think that that's not new. Like they didn't just make it up on the spot.
Well, see, we talked about that last week about using terror tactics in battle as far as like, don't go in the woods because there's a Bigfoot in there. And if you start that rumor, is that doing psychological warfare where these white settlers don't want to go fight them because they're like, we might get murdered by the Bigfoot? And I don't feel like that's what the Wendigo's trying to be, though. Like, I don't think the story of the Wendigo is for that purpose.
No, like I said, the story of the Wendigo, if it is used to like explain something, would be probably to explain why it's okay to have gone cannibalistic to survive all the starvings.
Like, don't do it because it's super evil. But if you do it, there was
It's
a
not you.
reason.
Yeah, it wasn't you, it was a Wendigo. So you don't need to feel sad that you ate your loving wife because you didn't have a choice in it.
Yeah. I could see that.
Like, I wonder if it's just their way of explaining things, how, like, nice, innocent people that are, like, upstanding members of the community could do this, like, vile act.
Yeah.
Because, like, I gotta be real honest. If, like, someone in our family all of a sudden turned out to be a cannibal, I would have a hard time being like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But I had a dream about one of our family members being a cannibal.
Like, I would like to believe that our family turned cannibalistic because of an evil entity.
Yeah, it was our grandma.
She was a Wendigo?
No, our uncle was the Wendigo. She was just stealing people from church to feed to him.
Oh, yeah, in your dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I could totally see that.
Yeah. Different spelling, same pronunciation. Well, it probably actually isn't. The emphasis is probably
It's probably
different.
like bouillon and bouillon type of a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But
Like
words are hard, so we're gonna use the same word for both.
the fact checker. I need one of those in my life. Hey, is this
It's a
real?
full-time job.
We don't
Most people
fact
just
check
use
here.
Google.
I don't trust Google all the time.
Not me. I hire someone to do the Googling and just make it sound like it's real.
Yeah, that works. That's my job. When
So
I
I have
write
a
my
hard time.
14
Like,
pages.
usually we end this with, like, do we think it's real or not? And I have a hard time with this one because the Wendigo doesn't necessarily have to be a real creature to have truly existed.
Right. Oh, thanks for the gift. We're gonna be gentlemen.
And now ISIS doesn't have to worry about ads for a month.
Yay! Praise be.
Oh, and can use emotes.
Yeah, you can use emotes now. I think too, the Wendigo has a decent amount of modern media as well.
And it's depicted in many different forms.
Yeah, so like there's a poem called Wendigo, and it's a poem about a man trapped inside of a Wendigo who abducts a young girl to release his own spirit. There's a bunch of novels, like The Roundhouse came out in 2012, and that centers on a native boy in North Dakota who's trying to seek justice because his mom's raped, and he uses the Wendigo legend um kind of to help with retribution and justice. Then you've got a bunch more, like even Theodore Roosevelt included a story in The Wilderness Hunter in 1893, and that's it's a story about a beast that stalks the camp of two hunters, leaving one of them to survive and tell the tale. So, in his story, he didn't really name the beast, but now a lot of readers have interpreted it to be either Bigfoot or the Wendigo.
Apparently, I did not know this, but apparently in Pet Cemetery there's a Wendigo.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just remember that book scared the shit out of me as a child.
You have trauma from it.
But I don't remember a Wendigo, I just remember the animals coming back from the dead.
Hmm. Margaret Atwood did a book. You didn't finish the Pet Cemetery movie? I wasn't a fan of the movie. It was all right. I much
I don't think
preferred the
I ever
book.
watched the movie, but my mother made me read the book.
You only made it to where the kid got hit? Okay. I'll send you
I
some
also
cliff notes
read
if you want.
Cujo, and I had to stop watching the movie because it like starts out completely wrong, and I don't understand why they changed that.
But Margaret Atwood writes a book in 95. Um, but her book is more about like Canadian literature in general. And I feel like the Wendigo is kind of synonymous with Canadian folklore. So that makes sense. He's a VIP here. That's what the diamond is. But then you've also got TV shows and video games, comic books.
Comic books. Dude, Wendigos have appeared in like everything.
Mm-hmm. Supernatural, Until Dawn. And I think that's kind of the cool thing about the Wendigo as well is the Wendigo takes on so many different shapes depending on what it's in. Yeah, X-Men.
The
Yep.
Incredible Hulk. Apparently, it was in the Lone Ranger, like
Mm-hmm.
the recent one.
Yep. There was a movie that came out in 2021 called Antlers, which is a Wendigo movie. I kind of want to check that out because I didn't even know that was a thing until this whole deal.
Oh, I knew it was a thing. I just didn't know what it was about. I just knew it was horror.
Yeah.
It is fascinating though to see how Wendigos are depicted in different medias.
Well, and I think like for me, when I think of the Wendigo, I totally think deer with antlers. Not necessarily like I think deer skull, I guess. Like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like your emote. So you
but I'm
think,
wondering if that's because in the belief that they're uh bad spirits, they can shapeshift into animals.
yeah? And maybe they get stuck.
Well, I'm just saying, so maybe they're depicted this way because their animal of choice is deer. So they look human, but they're depicted as deer because they transform into them.
That's possible.
I don't know. It just
Skinwalkers are
seems
the ones
weird.
who manage to maintain control of the spirit they make a pact with, and the Wendigos are the ones who lose the battle for control. That's actually a really good theory. That is very possible. But then you've got like this is like a supernatural Wendigo, or even the Until Dawn Wendigos. Very different depiction. Like these are basically corpses.
But this is kind of what it sounds like the diagnosis of Wendigo is, where they're starved, golem looking.
Yeah, which makes sense. But I want to say even when you look at like there's no meat on this bone on the bones, you know? Oh, creatures like from the movie Descent. Yeah, the Pale Walkers.
That was a really creepy movie.
That was really creepy.
I don't watch a lot of horror, but that one I did.
See, and you say common in most woods, so it's an easy animal to pick. And I say people have to have reasoning for the things they see. I don't need to question my life more than I already am. But I think
Well,
people have to
deer,
have reasons, right? Like you explain things with what you're familiar with. So if you are in the woods and there's lots of deer and you see those on a regular basis, when you see something that you may not have seen before, you're going to be like, it was deer like, because that's what you can associate.
the other thing I wonder is deer are such a big factor in most Native American tribes. Like, that's what their houses and clothes are made out of, their food,
Yeah.
needles. Like, they use every aspect of their bodies. So, do they see it as a deer because the idea that a deer would, like, come back to possess you because you weren't doing what you're supposed to?
Maybe.
Like, you didn't honor the gods properly?
So the deer god's coming back to make you pay.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Like, you were greedy, you didn't, like, give thanks to the deer for dying for you, and now it's, possesses you.
I mean, deers
Which
do
would
kill more
also
people than bears. I'm just saying.
which would also kind of make sense along the lines of, like, punishing you, making you eat your own family because you eat them.
I really never thought of it that way, but now I'm questioning the motives of deer.
It's because 'cause I'm a fox, I can think like them.
I have deer bones in my garage right now. I'm gonna have to get rid of those later.
So if your family goes missing,
You'll know why. Don't ask questions.
it's the deer bones.
In my defense, I didn't kill this deer. I just found its bones.
Oh, so if you go missing,
Actually, technically, I didn't even find them. Katie brought them home.
so she's gonna get possessed and eat you.
Yeah, yeah. Use your deer antlers as a coat rack. Okay, I am a big fan of taxidermy in general, but I want it to be weird. And if I had animal heads on my walls, they would be dressed up according to holiday.
But I feel like using antlers as a coat rack kind of falls in the category of honoring their death because you're not wasting it,
Yeah,
being used as a tool.
yeah. It sounds cool.
Just, don't go around eating your family members.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not cool.
Cannibalism, not cool. Check. Put that on the reminder list.
Yeah, add it to the life lessons. No
Lesson number
cannibalism.
34, cannibalism not cool.
Yeah. You have a proper shoe tree and a coat rack. He's been domesticated.
I have a shoe rack, but it's so unfinished you could get splinters from it.
You're half domesticated.
Oh, I didn't make it.
I have a coat rack.
I was just told I couldn't leave my shoes in a pile by the door anymore.
I fucking hate the coat rack though. It's not my favorite. It's just awkward.
So, if I understand skinwalkers properly, skinwalkers are people that can change their appearance, like into animals and whatnot. And then they become evil entities when they take on another human's form. Is that not the story?
I suppose. I suppose you could go that way.
Well, I think they're considered evil because they like pretend to be that person, and then they get like a thrill out of it,
Um,
and like take over the person's life. I think in order to turn into any animal, they have to have consumed its flesh. So, like to become a deer, they have to have eaten deer.
I mean, the Skinwalker is more of like a harmful witch.
So, I mean, they are cannibalistic because, yeah, in order to get the person's face, they have to have eaten part of the person. I don't know. Skinwalkers freak me out.
Yeah.
Yes. As cool as I think it would be to be like an animorph and turn into any animal, the idea that someone could is just kind of creepy.
I get that. Oh no, the Skinwalker's hard because it's a very closed off thing. So it originates with the Navajo tribe, and they they are pretty reluctant to discuss Skinwalker lore with non-Navajos. Or like
Which
if
makes
they don't
sense.
trust 100%. I totally understand it.
Because I mean, it's kind of like talking any form of religion with
Mhm.
someone that doesn't believe.
Yeah. No, it is not shamanism because shamanism you have like with shamanism there is a sense of being a healer in some ways, and skinwalkers can never be healers. Like these are witches. They're very different.
And in shamanism, uh, I don't think you actually have to consume the flesh of something. Like, you earn their respect and therefore are given their form. So, like the shamans that supposedly could turn into animals. Whereas with skinwalkers, I'm pretty certain they have to consume the flesh. Like, they take it.
Mm, again, there's a lot of debate there. Like they can transform into any animal, but there's ones that they take preference to, and they just choose what they want to transform into. So like if you notice too, like Navajo Indians don't wear pelts of predatory animals, and part of that is because of the skinwalker folklore. So like it would be taboo for a Navajo to wear a wolf pelt. That is not okay. Which I find really interesting.
When we talk about them, are we going to talk about berserkers that kind of fall in the same category?
Oh yeah, we probably could. We could probably talk about shapeshifters in general.
And like werewolf syndrome that
Mm-hmm.
is a real thing,
See, and with the
just like Wendigo
skinwalkers,
syndrome.
it's definitely a like okay, when you think of like vampires and werewolves, like you've got daddy vampire, and if you kill him, you kill everything underneath him. The skinwalkers work in the same way. So there is like one central leader of the skinwalker, which I find really interesting. You can wear a deer pelt. That's okay. You just can't do it be it have a predator pelt. You'd rather
Yeah,
wear a pelt than cover yourself, bathe in pee. I think that's fair.
but like you're saying, the while hunting, you don't want to smell like a predator.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of makes it sound more like their whole you can't wear predator thing is like Mormons and you can't drink coffee.
Yeah.
Like it it's not necessarily that the god said you couldn't or whatever you believe in. It's that you're being stupid and we have to tell you no. So we're going to give you a reason why you shouldn't do that thing.
Yeah. Very possible. I don't
Like
know.
how
I
can
think
you
it'll be
tell who
interesting.
is the like original skinwalker?
They're old.
Just kill all old people just to be safe. Especially if they keep changing like how they look, you'd never know.
Yeah, that is true. That is fair.
It's actually like
Yeah,
that
kill one, kill
8-year-old
all.
girl over there that's creepy.
Well, that's kind of another thing is they say that you can tell the difference because skinwalker eyes are different than normal eyes. So, eye contact is important just to
Unless they
make
were
sure. But then there's also this thing that if you maintain eye contact, that's how they possess humans.
it's a win-win.
Yeah, like you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of a deal. Like, ooh, let me take a selfie real quick. Let's get you in on this so I can check this out later.
Could you imagine if like you meet someone for the first time, they're like, selfie time. Well, I'll talk to you in a couple hours. I just need to look at this photo for a while.
I can't make eye contact with you directly. I have to do it through the selfie first. 1 day minimum. If you're not willing to do that,
It's a
we
waiting
can't
list.
date.
Not even date, just to be like associates. I can't work next to you.
That'd be
You're a new
wild.
you're a new employee.
My
I'm
religion
gonna need the
states
week off.
that
I have to take a selfie with you and peace.
I could get behind that. I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't even be offended if somebody said that to me. I can't make eye contact with you right now. I'm gonna need a picture first. Like, all right, I get
And
it.
is it considered eye contact if you're looking at someone through a video call?
I'm gonna say no.
So you could just like do video interviews.
Yeah.
Be like, you need to look directly into your camera, sir. You need to get closer. I just need to look at your eyes.
This is why I can't work in an office. I have to work remotely. I can't take the chance. I just can't.
Which then makes me wonder, would Medusa's power work through a camera?
No.
So we could just like fatal frame her?
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I just take photographs of everything.
Yeah. You gotta get comfortable taking pictures.
This is why I don't like cameras.
I did say no stupid fast because I am confident in my decisions. We can't second guess things here. How you get killed. You have to go with what your body wants. And it was no.
We're all gonna die to Medusa. Skinwalkers because Kiwi's like, no, cameras are safe, and they aren't.
Well, you know those people that you keep around just in case for fodder? You send them in first, and if they don't come back, you know.
Oh, I was just thinking, or you're one of those entities and you're like, no, it's perfectly
Yeah,
safe. Wink, wink.
yeah.
Look me in the eye
I
right
have a
now.
very trustworthy face. I feel like I look trustworthy. I'm pretty. You guys can't comment on this because you have insider knowledge. But like, I feel like I can dress up and play the part. Even if I was evil, I don't think many people would know.
They wouldn't know.
How would they know?
Yeah, I don't think I could. I just come across angry and pissed off all the time.
Like, if I went to cult meeting on Sunday, they would assume I was meant to be there. They wouldn't question it. They'd be like, "You want to take sacrament?" And I'd be like, "Yes, I do."
Wait. By cult meeting, do you need church?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It just took me a minute because I'm like, no, I think going to a cult meeting, you're supposed to not look so innocent.
That's what the robes are for.
Just dressed in a suit.
Well, no, I can't do that because we can't wear pants to cult meetings.
You can if you roll them up and they can't see it underneath the robe.
No, I can't. No, I'm saying church. I can't wear pants to church.
No.
I have to wear long dresses for two reasons. One, to stay modest, and two, so that they can't see my sinful tattoos.
Oh, I thought it's because you didn't want to shave your legs.
Same. It is wintertime. We don't do that here. No, not Pentecostal.
There might be one of those churches around here.
There is.
Maybe.
Oh, there is.
But just the one.
We have a family member that's Pentecostal.
I don't know what other people's religions are called. I don't care. It doesn't involve me.
All right, I gotta run upstairs really quick. I'll be right back.
Why do you always do this to us?
Because I have to.
As I said, I'm not arguing. There could be. I just don't know what religions are called. I don't believe it, so I don't care. Ugh. I used to, and then I got sidetracked with a bunch of projects, and I stopped streaming. And I plan to start back up when Alan Wake 2 comes out, but it was postponed until next week, sadly. I just streamed a lot of horror games. Though I think the plan is to stream Yakuza at some point.
Okay.
Welcome back. You didn't fall up the stairs or anything?
No, I didn't spill my water either.
You're zooming in and out.
Yeah, because I'm
Kind of
moving.
unsettling.
You don't like it?
It's unsettling.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
I'm actually properly hydrated today. I haven't even started on the energy drink. Just water and coffee.
I've barely made a dent into my coffee, but I did drink like 2 cups of water. I was good.
I grabbed like 2 big cups of water. No, I heard it in your voice. I heard the bullying.
It's not bullying, it's tough love. Sometimes you just need to be done told, alright?
It's true, though. Okay, but like, can you really classify somebody as your friend if they don't harass you and bully you? Because I don't know that you can.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had a friend that I wasn't mean to and they were mean back, so...
Yeah, but like in a friendly way.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, they call you stupid and you know you're not actually stupid, it's just funny.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think I've ever had, like, a friend that's not that way.
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
know that
like
I have
that's a
either.
sign that they're using you for something because 'cause they're just buttering you up.
Ah. Yeah, see, like your coworkers when like in a shop situation, yeah. I agree. Like there has to be some sense of abuse.
If you haven't called me an asshole by the second meeting, we can't be friends.
But if HR is involved, that means somebody in your group is not chill.
Yeah, that's not a real friend.
Yeah. That's like tattling to your mom.
Or you had that one coworker that went way too far.
Yeah, that's fair. You're like, John, no. This is stuff we do when we're at home, not at work. This is too much. All right, so like we
Yeah,
get in, we
outsiders to the group.
we get into some weird shit here when we're live, but I'll let you know that we get into Discord like an hour before,
Or more.
and the shit that we talk about there, super offensive sometimes to people that don't know the context.
Yeah. You should never join one of our conversations midway.
It would be really weird. Yeah, see, I think that's justified. I think you're good. Also, I feel like that speaks mountains about people when they can, I don't know, bully themselves.
See, and I don't get. So if you're like overweight and you make fun of yourself for being fat and you're like, haha, I eat this much to stay in this shape. And then you meet like other people and they
Like,
give you this
I'm
look
into
like,
fitness,
gross,
fitness,
why
whole
would
pizza
you?
in my mouth.
Yeah, and then people look at you weird and they're like, why would you say that about yourself? You're not fat. You're like, shut up. You don't know me.
Also, fat's not synonymous with attractive. You're not fat. No, I am. It's fine. I'm at peace with it. It's good. Don't eat puppies. That would make me feel bad.
Dude, I gotta be honest. Like, the worst conversations I've ever had with people is after you tell them you have like some pet that they don't think should be a pet. Like, I used to have rabbits. I had a show rabbit that was like a $400 rabbit. The first thing people say to me when they see it, I've eaten rabbit. Like, the fuck's wrong with you people? That's like you showed me your child. You're like, look, I have a baby, and I'm like, I'm a cannibal. It's weird.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
These are the people that don't think you should ever make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
They say inappropriate things
Or
all the
like
time.
people that just try to be activists for the sake of being activists. Do you know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
white horsing.
Yeah, like white knighting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
White knighting? I don't like those
Yes.
people either.
Where they're like, no, you can't do that. Are you a part of that group? No. But
Then
I
shut the
know best.
fuck up.
But the people that are part of that group say it's fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that either.
So, is the term white knighting come from the same idea as like knight in shining armor?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's
Yeah.
you're not a good knight because your armor shouldn't be shiny if you're actually out doing knightly things.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's actually a bad term to be a knight in shining armor.
Yeah. Like you're unnecessarily defending someone else.
So, did they change it from knight in shining armor to white knighting when knight in shining armor became a good term?
Maybe. Well, I don't think chivalry is dead. I think it's just different.
Oh
Like
no, that's the
I
thing though. Like, it's not chivalry
Right, but I'm saying I think that's like the term knight in shining armor, I feel like is more synonymous with chivalry.
now,
Yeah.
but that's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at some point, a term that used to mean that you're like a useless nobleman that doesn't do jack shit
I want that life.
turned into, oh, you're perfect and you're so nice.
I'm totally eating right now, and I love it because every time I take a bite, oh, I just
It's
want
just
you to
you're
know that.
eating the cookies.
Mm-hmm.
They
We're
sat
good.
in front of you for too long. Only one person took one, so now you have to finish the rest before they go stale.
Well, because we streamed yesterday, like I didn't eat lunch until 3 o'clock, and I had a couple bowls of cereal, so I didn't eat dinner last night. So now I'm like hungry,
Yeah, you streamed for a long time.
and I would do it again.
All determined to beat the game.
And we did. We did good work yesterday.
And we only screamed a couple times.
Yeah, those cookies are real.
I mean, they could be.
I want them to be.
Are you eating waffles? We
No,
talked about waffles yesterday.
no, I'm not eating breakfast food. My kid doesn't make cookies. What the hell?
I'm not allowed to make cookies right now.
You're in cookie
Makes me
timeout.
very sad.
You can just pretend. Here, do you can have the cookie? Here you go.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. She bullies me a lot. I'm scared of her.
Excuse me?
Not you, Katie.
No, I was saying excuse me to her bullying you.
She bullies
She
me. She's
tells me that
mean.
you bullied her.
She's a liar. She's trying to play the victim so you feel bad for her. It's all manipulation.
Oh, I don't believe either one of you. I gotta be real honest. I know both of you. I'm pretty certain, like, if you were to tell me, Katie hit me, and she was like, my mom hit me, I'd be like, you guys hit each other at the exact same moment. Like, you just got that look in your eye, and you swung.
We're not necessarily nice to each other. Like, I remember that time we were at your house. I don't even remember what Katie was doing, but it was pissing me off. And I was like,
She was mouthing off.
if you don't shut your fucking mouth, I'm going to punch you. And she just kept running her mouth. So I punched her.
And then I gave her a cookie that she did not like. Like, what kind of child doesn't like oatmeal cream pies?
She does now. She was weird for a while.
Does she still not like whipped cream?
Mm-mm. She doesn't like whipped cream.
Child's broken.
No. She doesn't eat dressing on her salad either. Like, she just eats lettuce. It's really weird.
Dude, I do that too. Sometimes you just want vegetables, you don't want ranch.
It's weird.
But whipped cream on coffee, like when it dissolves into it and becomes
So
like
good.
cream, velvety.
I know. They're like, do you want whip on your drink? And I'm like, yeah, duh.
And then you immediately stir it in.
Yeah. So good.
Like, but I remember when I bought her like a hot chocolate and it came with whipped cream and she had like this epic meltdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She doesn't like whipped cream. Which is just weird. Again, what kid doesn't like whipped cream?
I think your child is a Wendigo.
Oh, shit.
She eats a lot of meat. She has mood swings and she's starving all the time.
Dude, she probably has Wendigo psychosis.
She doesn't like whipped cream.
Yikes. I don't make eye contact with her because I don't want her to be mean to me.
See? See? She's a Wendigo.
This is going to be news to her when she gets done with school today.
Next family event, we all sit at different tables. No Wendigos at this table. And be like, no, nobody knows. How could they know?
She doesn't have school on Friday this week, by the way. So that sucks.
I mean, for you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't normally stream on Friday. Well, we, as in I, don't normally stream with you Fridays, so
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with it.
You're welcome. So I'm going to go with...
You should play Phasma with us.
Yeah, you going to carry me?
Yeah. We haven't done the challenge for this week yet.
Right. All right. What?
I was kind of surprised Wendigo didn't take as long to discuss as I thought it would.
Oh. You can do it in Japanese? Yeah. Good luck. Break your leg. Phasmo's alright. It's not my fave.
I love it.
Yeah, so they're like level 842, so
No,
when
41. I am level 41.
842. So as long as you want to carry me, I'm fine
Oh
with
yeah, we
that.
totally will.
I like to just fuck off and play with stuff. Like, ooh, Ouija board. Ooh, tarot cards. Ooh, bunny. Cause y'all like to play in full lobbies. With random people.
Yeah, I play with my husband. That sounds really weird out of context. My husband and I play Phasmo together
Yeah.
every Sunday
Yep.
after the new challenge drops. I mean, you are more than welcome to come play.
They're grinders, yeah. They like to grind to level up, so if that's what you're into.
I mean, we also are trying to learn the ghost behaviors.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've played Phasmo since the reset.
I don't think you have either.
I think
I've
I'm
been
level
trying,
0.
but see, at level 41, I have almost everything on level 2 unlocked.
That was the other thing too, because it's like you have to start over on all your equipment, and I'm like, yeah.
I do have to admit, though, there's a couple of equipment that I have them unlocked, but we prefer the level 1 equipment.
Alright, we can probably play Sunday. What time do the challenges drop?
6 p.m. our time.
So that would be 8 p.m. your time. We could probably do like Monday morning though. I understand Mo couldn't play with us, but
Well, the problem with that is he carries me, because I too like to
we
dink
can play
around.
on easy. We can do
No,
our best.
no, it can't.
Yes.
Because I now have found out that as long as you go up to, I think it's advanced, it's the exact same as easy.
Oh.
You just get a ×3 multiplayer time.
All right. Well, you can carry us. I believe in you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, no, I'm not saying I can play well because I know who I am. I can't play well. I
But
probably
see,
could, but I don't want to.
I like to fuck off while he goes and finds the ghost, and I'm like, I'm gonna go look for the bone and take a photo of it,
Yeah,
find the
that's
cursed
my favorite
object.
job. Like, I don't want to actually work. I just want to take pictures. I just want to take pictures and find the rabbit. That's it. That's all I want to do.
And then after I do that, I go and I help get the evidence.
I like to sing songs while we're ghost hunting. I like the cabin a lot.
See, I don't, but that's because we're getting to the point where large maps are just Satan.
Yeah. Yeah, Trigger sucks. Like, we're playing Bigfoot, and he's like, what's the megaphone do? I should turn it on and leave it on? No. No.
I mean, I do like to do that where I'm like, hey, you're new. Touch this music box after I get outside.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. That's fine. Yeah, the Mommy Phasmo, she was awesome. I liked her. I didn't do that to Miller. You did. I was nice. Yeah, Mommy Phasmo. She just came in and like took charge and she was like, here's what we're doing, motherfuckers. Listen up.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't do that. I
Shit.
don't really care what people do.
Me neither. Oh, on Phasmo? Yeah, I did tell him to light the candles and touch the Ouija board. I did do that. I did do that. In my defense, though, I did say that it would probably get him killed. So...
I don't know what the hell that sound is, but it is not okay.
I couldn't tell you. I wish I could. I can't.
It sounds like your dog's drinking out of the toilet,
Oh,
and you have a
maybe.
mic there.
No. No, I didn't play that.
I'm just saying, that's what that sounds like.
Hi, Jimmy's mom.
The alerts get fun, okay? Just
We could
remember.
try to...
Just remember.
You're welcome. We could try to play Phasmo like Saturday, though.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm down. I don't think I have anything going on. Oh, I kind of have something going on, but it doesn't really involve me. We can discuss later.
And then Mo can cover for us.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Well, I don't have a clip command.
Why are you lazy?
I just like to be. I know. There's a fucking clip button. I don't see why we need a command to do it. One button click or 5 keystrokes.
It's 6 because you also have to hit enter.
Yeah, see? One button push. Done. I don't know, the clip button? It looks like a 3, 2, 1
Clackerboard.
action thing.
Clackerboard.
Sure.
Wow, you even have a child in drama.
Yeah. No. Let me look.
Oh, I was going to, but okay.
Oh. You have it open already? Mm. Yes, it is. It's right on the top.
Yeah, it's next to the share button and the
Settings
cog.
button. You know, so you can turn the quality down. Just to meet expectations. How I feel most
That
of the time.
sounded like Katie came home.
Oh my gosh. It was so loud this morning. I mean, she's loud all the time anyway. Damn. Please shut up.
I told Mo that I don't think Katie liked playing games with us.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Do you want me to cheat? No. I can figure it out. Thanks for sending it. Enjoy the small things you find on your path. That means definitely buy the candy bar when you're at the gas station.
Dude, can I just tell you, last time I ate a fortune cookie, I pulled out the fortune and it said, "Someone's looking up at you. Don't let them down." My dog was staring up from the ground like, "Me too, I want some of the cookie." So I had to share. The fortune cookie said so.
I think you're correct. What were we reading? Oh, yesterday. The game we were playing. Oh, hold on, we gotta take a break. Have a Starlight ride.
I don't miss that movie.
No.
No. It's like our childhood version of doing drugs.
The audacity.
Are you talking about the
I loved it too.
what was it? There's nothing useful here.
Yeah.
I had to tell Mo about that. And you just kept clicking on those items, so I'm like, there's nothing useful here.
That was a good time. Good time. Did you know there are 18 different animal shapes in the Animal Cracker Zoo?
What? I thought there was only like 6.
I want to know what they are now.
Well, there's a giraffe, and then there's upside down giraffe.
Don't tell anybody about that. All right, it's bear, bison, camel, cougar, elephant, giraffe, gorilla, hippopotamus, hyena, kangaroo, koala, lion, monkey, rhinoceros, seal, sheep, tiger, and zebra.
I feel like some of those could be the same animal.
Not the hippopotamus.
No.
But if you bite the horn off the rhinoceros, it would be a hippopotamus.
True. That became a shape because that's like when they fuck it up.
Yeah, they're just trying to be fancy.
They're like, oh, there's also a horse and a zebra.
No, there's not a horse.
Uh-huh.
There's a sheep, though.
But I think they only use like 6 of the shapes when they do the frosted ones. The
I
circus,
think.
is that what they're called?
Yeah, the circus animals. I like. Okay, when you eat animal crackers, though, how do you eat them? Because I like to bite their heads off because I don't want them looking at me while I eat them.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Same thing with gummy bears. Or goldfish. Like the tagline,
Gummy
the snack that smiles back. Like, I
worms.
don't want my snack smiling back.
Yeah, I have to agree with like gummy bears and stuff. You just eat it in one go.
Yeah, that's fair.
We sound like psychopaths. We're like talking about biting the heads off of live animals.
Brother, we talked about eating people when we started this.
We weren't doing it. We talked about other people doing that.
I asked specifically if you thought you could eat somebody, and you were like, I don't think I could murder someone. And I'm like, I think I can murder someone.
Okay, touche. I forgot about that.
If my snack screamed, I would hate that.
Distinguished gentleman. Look at the way he is sitting. Yes, very distinguished. I see, I see.
When I hear that, I think of when you see like dogs sitting like people.
That's my dog with his bow ties. If I thought he would wear a top hat regularly, I would invest in one. But
I
he
mean,
won't.
mine would. If you like had it so there was a strap under her chin, she'd wear it.
I know. Your dog's
Adorable.
chiller than mine.
It's
Mine's
'cause
like
she's learned that she gets more food when she's cute.
mine's like, I'll be cute for 13 seconds. After that, fuck off. I'm out. Like, I'll wear sunglasses for your stupid picture, but then we're done here. Okay.
Mine's like, as long as I'm cute, people constantly feed me.
He would look dapper in a top hat, but I don't think he would like it. He would allow it, but he would not like it.
Didn't you put a hat on him before?
Yeah.
Like a Christmas hat or something?
Mm-hmm. A Santa hat.
And yeah, he was like, look, I'm cute. Okay, take this bitch off now.
Yeah. He does like his pajamas, though. He'll wear his pajamas. But he doesn't like stuff on his face. Maybe I could like glue a monocle to his face.
Well, that seems rude. I don't think you should be gluing anything to your
Oh my
dog.
god. Well, so we had to go to this witch's ball, and Katie was like, can you put some rhinestones on my skin? And I was like, yeah, probably. I just have to find, and she was like, super glue? And I was like, what?
Oh,
No.
hell no.
I'm like, eyelash glue. She was like, oh, that makes more sense. What the fuck?
What I got from this is if she's ever like, hey, you want some rhinestones on your skin? Be like, no, no, I don't.
Like, I feel like
You-
we're the perfect, we finish each other's sandwiches.
Oh, you and your daughter?
Yeah.
You're like, I mean, I guess.
And then we're like, ooh, sandwiches do sound really good. You know what sounds better? Tacos. Which are basically sandwiches.
Yep, their sandwich is folded in half.
It is Tuesday.
We want tacos all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we could just barely be finished eating tacos and want more.
Mm-hmm. It's Tuesday. Taco Tuesday.
And then we grew up in a household where our dad's like, see who can eat the most tacos.
Yeah. I
So
would legit eat tacos every day if I could.
well,
I
I
would.
just feel like tacos are the thing that like don't fill me up because I can eat like 14 of them, and I feel like it's his fault.
That's me with ramen. Like, I'll eat a bowl of ramen and be like, man, my belly is full and happy. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, I need a snack.
That's just soup in general.
Yeah. Tacos are superior. Like, for me, tacos and pizza. Like, if I don't know what to eat, tacos, pizza, and maybe sandwiches. No, fuck sandwiches. Breakfast.
Do quesadillas count as something separate, or do they fall under tacos? Like, we're being
Tacos.
really generic.
Tacos. Those fall under tacos.
Then yeah, that's my go-to because we have a quesadilla maker, so I
Yeah.
don't even like have to grill it. I just shut the little like panini press thing.
Yeah. Tacos, pizza, breakfast. I would be content just eating those 3 meals.
In fairness, those 3 meals have so many varieties.
Yeah. I mean, I never take the variety. I always stick with what I like. Like, do you want to try this new pizza? No, I don't. Dude, those quesadilla
Okay.
makers are fancy.
My grandma gave me one.
Grandmas know what's up.
It was my housewarming gift. I'm like, I didn't even know I needed this in my life, but I'm so glad I have it.
Like, I would rather have a quesadilla maker than a waffle maker. To be fair.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Now you want enchiladas? You're welcome. You're welcome. Changing lives out here today.
Every week we're just gonna make people the good food.
Will you make your green chili enchiladas? That sounds fire.
Oh, and see, and now Kiwi's making you feed an entire family. Like,
you just buy random cookie ingredients to throw into the batter of waffles? Oh, for a waffle maker? Good.
see, I rather have pancakes because then I don't have to clean a waffle maker.
I'm really impatient with waffle makers and usually fuck them up. Usually, not always, but no, but I like the beef ones a lot.
We're red meat type of people.
The chicken ones are good too, but
I know, but beef's always better. Beef tacos are better than chicken tacos.
yeah,
Beef burritos are better than chicken burritos. It's not that they're bad. Beef's just better.
I agree.
Like,
I
why
agree.
make a 9 out of 10 chicken substance when we can make a 10 out of 10 beef substance?
Beef is super spicy. Chicken with a white sauce. Well, green chili enchiladas are white sauce. They're really good though. I don't know what day works for you. I'm pretty open. It's not like I got a job.
I was just gonna say, we don't work. I mean, certain members of our household kind of do. Well, one member of our household does, and they might appreciate if it was, not while they were working.
Got it.
That was kind of creepy. It disappeared above my head.
I valleyed it over there. Volleyed? Volleyed.
I liked Valley.
Oh my god.
And it was like, oh fuck, get away from that one.
We're living the bum life over here. Okay. I'm gonna say Wendigo as an entity is a no for me, but Wendigo as a idea is a yes for me.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a standalone creature that like comes out and eats people. But I feel like you can't really say that it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mostly because it's hard to say if it's actual possession or mental illness and I don't really want to trudge on other people's beliefs.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
So it exists. I just don't think that
In what
it's like
capacity?
how Until Dawn showed
Right.
it.
Yep. I'm with you there. Oh, I got both of those at the same go.
But sadly, I am beneath them. They just go in front of me.
We can fix that. This requires a different program.
I'm lazy, so I don't care. I too am busy on Thursday.
Yeah, me too. The
That didn't sound
busiest.
convincing.
Ooh, I will text you later because I have an idea.
Dun dun dun.
No, it's a good one. I've been having a lot of those lately.
I question this.
Did you see what I did on Sunday?
I don't know.
You
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I've had a lot of good ideas lately. They're pretty fire.
You do some questionable things in life, though.
I really want to write a memoir, and I want the title of my memoir to be I Couldn't Make This Up If I Tried. I feel like that's pretty all-encompassing in my life. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to happen at some point. Just a collection of things that I get myself into in life. Because there's a lot of times where I'm telling stories and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with my life? Like, what even is my life right now?
Dude, I feel that way when we're like telling stories of our childhood and
Mhm.
everyone's like, how are you still alive?
You're like, I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. Just worked out.
But I learned some good, valuable lessons along the way.
And the friendships we forged.
It's more like family ships.
It's true.
Most of our stories revolve around family.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're broken individuals.
I wouldn't say broken.
Oh, I didn't say we needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
So it's it's fine.
Oh, yeah. I heard him talking, I think, last night. Y'all finished with your being pro exorcists, and then when you switched over, I started doing my homework for today. Call him Morty. There's a dog hair in my water.
You said hair, but my brain's heard here. So I thought you were saying your dog was in your water.
It's gross. It's not fiber. I don't even think you can digest hair.
No. It usually just forms like a hairball in your stomach forever.
We'll just swap to the other. It'll be fine.
But I feel like if you own pets, you've eaten hair.
Oh, 100%. Got distracted. I could fix my eye tracking so that it was a little bit better. But to do that, I have to turn off the synchronized blink, and then it just looks like I'm winking at people all the time, which is kind of creepy. Like, it's not the worst, but it's kind of creepy.
It was displeased with the water.
I don't even think I can make myself look mad with this avatar, to be fair. You can do this.
Hey.
In real life, I have resting bitch face. Yeah, that makeup video, I'm good on that. Like, I don't feel like I have an approachable face.
I know I don't. I don't show emotion in real life most of the time.
Yeah.
It just uses too much muscle. That is how lazy I am. But I have been told by multiple people that they're like, "Oh, when I first saw you in class, I thought you were a dick, so I didn't want to say hi to you, but you're actually really nice."
Dude, the last time I went to the bar, I about got in a fight because this lady thought I was like squaring up with her. Like, no, this is just my face. I just want to drink my beer. I don't even want to be here. Also, I'm not built for fighting. I can't do it. I can't. I
Just
can't.
lay down on the ground.
Yeah, like I can defend myself, but like if we're going blow for blow, I'm out. I can't. I'm not scrappy.
Are we
Yeah,
talking about like Daria from like MTV?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
you.
it totally is. Like, I'm pretty certain that that could easily have been like a cartoon of my life. I had the popular sister that was
Hmm.
like upbeat all the time, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go watch my weird TV. I did have artsy friends,
I feel
though.
like that's
Though their
pretty
brother was
legit
not
though.
someone I would ever think of dating.
No? You didn't like
No,
Trent?
no, I like Trent. I'm saying the brothers of my friends.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Your friends' brothers are scary.
oh
But
no,
that's
no.
legit. Like, you definitely were Daria growing up, and I was way more Quinn.
Yeah, you had those same type of friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. I don't feel like I was, like, vapid in plastic, though.
No, you were just like way bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
You still are.
Yeah, for the most part. You were thinking that we know each other IRL?
Like Kiwi and I, because if so, yeah, we're siblings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We've known each other like 30 plus years.
That's why we get along and we're mean to each other.
That's also why we can be mean to each
Mm-hmm.
other. Like, I can call Kiwi a bitch, but if y'all do it, I'm coming after you.
Well, depending
That's
on
how it works.
context. Because sometimes it's probably
No,
reasonable.
I mean like you legit
Oh,
mean it, not as
aggressive?
a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Aggressive? No, don't feel stupid. Oh,
It's
yeah.
okay. We don't listen to ourselves
No.
either.
This won't be on the test, so you're fine.
It's a trick question at the end, like
Oh,
bonus
shit.
points.
Yeah. You get an extra entry if you answer that.
I can see it now. You're like, I don't know the answer to 34. Just put you two are siblings. Ding.
And I'm like, oh, you remember. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't know that we have talked about being siblings recently, though, to be fair. Oh, you didn't know about the test? Oh, man. Yep. At the end of this series, there's going to be a test. Have we a few times?
Yes.
That's fair. I don't pay attention.
I think it comes up every episode. We
Oh,
just don't
maybe.
necessarily say we're siblings. We just talk about growing up together.
That's possible. A t-shirt of your choice?
Oh, we haven't done merch yet
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a new shirt.
for episode 4.
Where did I just put them? Oh, but I gotta make this one big and then shrink it back down, right? So here's the other ones. And then I made this one. Ew. Getting good. Not at this part, but good-ish. That was not good. It doesn't line up. I'm just not going to look at it. I'm going to pretend like it doesn't exist.
It's not too bad.
It's not. Yeah, we do need to do that. I have to make a coffee cup for Bigfoot too, so. Let me add it to the list.
You got homework.
Dude, I always have homework now.
I just get to check your work like
Yeah.
a teacher.
Yeah, not even like a teacher, like the smart friend.
I'm a teacher's aide. I just grade
Yeah.
the work. I get handed the like answer sheet.
Yeah. It just does seems unfair. I'm out
That's
here
what
doing the
happens
most.
when you pretend really well to be the smart kid.
Mm-hmm. I pretended to be really stupid so nobody had expectations of me. It works out.
Yeah, but see, as a smart kid, I sold my homework to the people like you, and I made bank in high school.
I did my own work when I felt like it.
Yeah, but you have to admit there were a lot of kids in our school that didn't.
Yeah, but they were not actually smart. They were just stupid.
Yeah,
I feel like I was actually smart. I was just lazy.
that is true.
In physical years or in mentality?
This feels more like, do you want the truth or the lie?
I'm the oldest. That's why I'm so bossy, I think.
I mean, that's why you get to pretend like you're the spoiled little brat.
I don't pretend. I'm well aware.
By
I'm
the time
spoiled.
I came along, our parents didn't care anymore.
It's true. It's okay though, because I was like the practice kid.
I know you were the first pancake. You can get thrown out.
Exactly true.
Let's face it, our parents, when they talk about us, they're like, well, this is our first pancake. We threw her out. This is our second child. We didn't care anymore.
Pictures. We don't have any of those for this one.
Which is kind of true. I think there's like 8 of me and like 40 of you.
Yeah, maybe. I have a few of you.
And those 8 involve both of us.
No, I have a few of just you. Holding on to them for your funeral.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's gonna be on a repeat because there's so few.
No, I'm gonna hand draw some.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that would be classy. I got you. It's either that or I Photoshop it. Yeah, firstborn on a pedestal. No. So growing up, I was a bad kid. Like, I don't know. It's tricky because, like, I was popular. So I wasn't the
But
bad kid
teachers
in that.
hated her.
Yeah. And I. I feel like. Not that I had to, like. I'm trying to decide how to explain. I was stubborn in high school to the point of entitlement, maybe? Like, I am capable of doing this homework, but I'm not going to do the homework to prove a point because I'm smart enough to ace the test, so I don't feel like I should have to take the test or to do the homework. That's below me. Like, that's who I was. So there was a lot of times, like, you know how you sit down and they're like, oh my gosh, are you so-and-so sibling? Why don't you play basketball like them? Like, we didn't have that. Like, you didn't have that. Where they're
Yes, I
like,
did.
mm,
No, No, I did. In elementary school, they were like, "Oh, are you Kiwi's sibling?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they're
I'm
like,
like,
"Ah, got
fuck.
another one?"
Yes,
I'm
yes,
like,
yes.
"No, I'm the good one."
Yeah, so but what I was gonna
So
say,
I got set at, like, the front of the class, right in front of the desk so they could keep an eye on me, and I'm like, "I don't like this."
but I'm saying like from our parents' side, like you didn't get that from our parents. It was the other way around. So they'd be like, "Why? Why can't you just act like Fox for 1 week?" And I'm like, "Why would I want to act like that nerd? I got stuff to do like drugs and not school."
In fairness, it was all pretend, and I no longer do that, and now, like, our parents like, "Oh, dear Jesus, I hate you."
I don't think it's hate, but it's a little aggressive.
I have turned into the middle child, but there is no third child.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. I gotta be honest, though.
I don't feel like you ever got baby treatment,
I did not, no.
but
You sometimes did.
that's because
Like,
I'm a crybaby.
I need gas money, and then they gave you gas money, and you came home with a goddamn cat.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't help it. There are certain life lessons. Also, busy work is pointless. You are 100% correct. I feel like there are life lessons that you have to learn in life, right? You should know how to change a tire. You should probably know how to file
Put
your
gas in the car.
taxes. You should probably know how to put gas in a car. My set of skills also included how to look adorable to get what I wanted.
Yeah, manipulate people.
No, no, no. How to look
Except for that one time
adorable to get what I
that one
wanted.
time that I turned the tables and I got you put into, anger management courses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's when my therapy started. Like, I trained
Uh,
you too well.
all I remember from that is that lady laugh like a goddamn Spice
I
Girl.
fucking hated that therapist so much. Like, I'm pretty sure, well, I went to her like 5 times and then I just couldn't. And I was like, I swear to God, if you bring me back to this lady, I will unalive myself. 100%. And our mom was like, oh, damn. I can't with this lady. She was something else. She was wild. But I feel like
I
I was really good
I do think
about
it's funny because I think out of the two of us, I probably needed therapy more than you.
probably. I mean, I appreciate it now as an adult. I have a lot of coping. What was
But
it?
see, I was never allowed to complain about you because if I complained about you to our parents, I was told to be the bigger person. I'm like,
again
I'm the
because
baby.
because they know emotionally you are so much further advanced. They're like, I don't even know what to do with this. You're logical. I can explain things to you. That
And
over
somehow
there
we
is just
grew
a
up to
hot
be like
mess.
good friends.
Yeah, it was not always like this. We hated each other growing up, I feel like, at least at the beginning.
I don't know if I'd go with hate. We were probably more like siblings
Yeah.
bullying each other.
Yeah.
Now we give each other ghost hugs.
Yeah.
Not real hugs, because that means physical contact.
And that's gross. We're like moderately adjusted adults.
Moderately, in quotations.
These are better than others.
Ew, David.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about life all the time. Ew.
That's how I feel about adulting, not necessarily life.
Yeah, I don't want to adult ever. I wanted to skip today, to be fair. But I didn't.
And now we're 2.5 hours in.
You're welcome. All right, you ready for some lunch?
I am. Surprisingly, my household is quiet.
Minus 2 till tonight. You appreciate your weekly talk sessions?
We call this therapy.
Yeah. Leftover spaghetti sounds good too.
So who do we have to watch today?
We could go see some Liza P. How are we feeling about that?
Never play.
Yeah, I can't play that game. I'm not built for that.
Supposedly, it's harder than Dark Souls.
It looks pretty frustrating.
It's pretty though.
It is very pretty. It is very pretty. One button, so I don't have to type it all out. Ow. All right. So what is your plan then? Alan Wake next week, hopefully. Not the following, depending on release.
Yeah, because I'm confused when it is being released.
We've
It
got
will be Thursday or Friday.
got Alien Cube on the menu. We've got Phasmo on the menu. I think that's
I
it,
think
right?
we should do Saturday for Phasmo.
Yeah, I'm down for a Saturday.
We could
Saturday
do,
work
like,
for
Saturday
you, Cryptid?
morning-ish.
Saturday morning is like 10 a.m. for me.
That's why I said ish. Morning-ish.
Yeah.
Because we could do it about this same time.
Yeah, I'm good with that. That works for me anyway. That works for you? Okay.
So I don't think we have anything else going on.
I don't think I do either. I have somebody staying at my house Saturday night. But that doesn't really involve me.
And
think
I
I'm
will
good.
put off doing the challenge until then so that we can do the challenge together.
Oh, thanks.
Well, yeah, it's like 5,000 experience points. You'll gain like 20 levels.
Perfect. That's what I need. Do I have to live through this challenge?
No.
Cool. Even better.
I mean, if you live through the challenge, you get like 8,000, but
So I
only
can
5. But
Okay, okay. We're good then.
yeah.
We'll just plan that then. I'm ghost hunting.
And then we can pull Cryptid through as well, and he can get from level 5. It'll be amazing.
Yeah. And then at some point, I don't know if you want to grind out Devour's pumpkins. Because to maintain your robe, you have to get the 10 on Slaughterhouse.
I don't know if I have any of them.
Okay. So if you want to
So.
grind that at some point, we can do that too.
We'll see. Last time Devour made us a
Yeah.
little motion sick.
Yeah.
But there's been updates, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's an option too. I think that's all of the Halloween events that are going on though, right? Oh, you have 0 pumpkins too? I can carry on Devour through the first 3 levels. The town's 4, right? Yeah. So the first 3 I can carry. Oh yeah, and I figured out how to get the pumpkins on Forewarned. We could play some Forewarned too.
I don't know if there's Halloween stuff on Phasmo. There used to be. I don't know if they did it again this year.
Yeah, Forewarned would be fun too.
We don't have that game.
I know we're discussing gifting it. You haven't played Forewarned in a bit? We played last week. But I have to crouch to get the pumpkins, and it took a minute to figure that out, which was kind of...
Oh, Forewarned looks amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. You were working. Us people that don't work in the mornings have to entertain ourselves.
Wow. That's a first. Work shaming. Shame on you for adulting.
I've never been in the group where I get to shame other people for working.
No, you get to be in the group that shames others for not working.
Yeah. I kind of prefer that group usually, but I like using that as an excuse. They're like, do you want to go out? It's Tuesday night. I'm like, I can. I work tomorrow. I can't even say that now.
I just tell people no.
You feel bad telling no. I don't like it.
You can just send them my way. I'll tell them no for you.
Okay. You're going to have to talk to my assistant. Sorry.
They know my schedule.
Ridiculous. No, I'm down to play games all weekend. I don't have a busy weekend like I did last weekend, so good. Work it out. Be the best of times. Worst of times. I don't know. Both.
It'll be something.
It will be something. I'm here for it. All right. We good with Liza P then? Yeah. Do it.
Doom, 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 doom.
And then I guess maybe tomorrow we'll plan on doing something. I don't know. Yeah.
Alien?
Yeah.
Alien Cube, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Alien Cube tomorrow. Lies of P. Not pee-pee, just P.
Pinocchio.
Dark Souls death. You know. Thank you, everybody.
Peace.